The girl goes inside and puts a small piece of plastic bag on the ATM machine's keyboard. The young man enters and starts withdrawing money from the ATM. Outside, the woman throws some money on the ground and calls out, "Please, someone help me." The young man hears the voice, comes outside and says, "Calm down, I will help you." The woman says, "Something of mine has fallen." Meanwhile, the same girl enters the ATM and picks up the piece of plastic bag. The young man picks up the money and puts it in his pocket. The police officer says, "Hey you, what are you doing?" The young man says, "Nothing." Then the officer says to the girl, "Show immediately what you are hiding behind you." The girl says, "Nothing." The girl's mother says, "Yes, child, show what you have stolen." The girl says, "I didn't steal anything." The mother says, "What is happening here?" The girl says, "Mom, they are blaming me even though I did nothing." The mother says, "Please don't talk to my daughter like this. My daughter is very respectful." The officer says, "If she was so respectful, she would show us what's behind her." The mother says, "Security people only think innocent ones are thieves and let real criminals go." The officer says, "I don't think these women would do anything wrong. She is blind and the girl is very young." The young man says, "Please let them go." The officer says, "All right, you can go." Meanwhile, the young man's boss comes and says, "What are you doing here? I was looking for you." The young man says, "Boss, I was helping these women." The officer says again, "I don't trust them, especially the girl." The boss says, "Can't you see? This woman is blind and the girl is innocent. Please go away from here." Then the young man enters the ATM and sees that his money has already been withdrawn. The girl and her mother are walking and the police officer follows them. The mother takes off her glasses and the officer is shocked. The girl says, "Mom, good thing we didn't get caught." The mother says, "Yes, you did a great job." The police officer arrives and says, "Stop, you both are caught. You lied about being blind." The mother says, "We just wanted to help that man." Meanwhile, the same boss is talking on the phone. "My driver still hasn't come." The driver arrives and the boss says, "Where were you? And what is this look? If this continues, I will fire you." The driver says, "No need. I am resigning myself." The boss says, "Where will you go? You don't have another job." The young man says, "I will figure it out." He throws the key and leaves. The driver calls the boss again. "Boss, I am sorry. Please give me one more chance." The boss says, "Meet me in the park in 5 minutes. Don't be late." The driver says, "Yes, coming right away." The boss comes and the driver says, "Boss, where should we go?" The boss says, "I am going home. You are going to jail." At that moment, the same officer, girl, and her mother come. The boss says, "You thought I wouldn't find out? The whole truth is out now. When I was on the call, this woman and girl saw you taking money from my bag. They recorded your video, and to take revenge, the woman pretended to be blind, and fake notes were thrown on the ground, and the girl took your fingerprints and withdrew your money." The police officer says, "You are under arrest. Hands behind your back." Then she says, "Thanks to both of you, we were able to catch this criminal. The cameras in your video made the truth clear." The police take him away. The boss says, "Thank you both so much. If it weren't for you, I would have been ruined today. I will take full care of you and never leave you alone." The mother and daughter say, "Thank you very much. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe."